What?
Let's get it
What?
going.
What happened? What happened?
I was playing a different song, bro.
Let's go. After a long wait, we're back. It's been about 2 weeks, hasn't it, fella?
It has been about 2 weeks, man, but I had to try this TikTok, see if we can kind of get this thing going. Try to get the
let's do
podcast
it.
over here. We couldn't get it on the GGrated exact page this time, but we're doing it on the Evans Jr. page, and then hopefully by next week we can get this figured out, and we'll be good to go at that point, I think.
I think so. I think so.
But we are live.
Hopefully we'll start seeing people roll in here in a minute, and we'll this is our first real legit live on TikTok. It's really cool.
Yeah.
We've been having a growing community on TikTok too, which is kind of awesome.
I keep saying this, but it's like a vibe on TikTok, man. People coming in and just watching and stuff like that. It's been pretty
it is, because it's definitely going to be my gaming moment of the week. We're going to get to that for sure.
Absolutely. So the first thing I want to ask you, though, before anything, is how has your week been going, man? I see you got like a little visitor for the podcast. He wanted to join in on the podcast this time.
Yeah. So my little boy here, his name's Judah. He was about to go to bed, so I wanted to see him a little bit before he went to bed. So I put on some YouTube for him. He's going to be hanging out with us some of this episode. But it's been really great, man. So been off, for Thanksgiving. Ate a lot of food, had a good time hanging out with family, and just been kind of chilling the past couple of days and getting back into the groove of things tomorrow. Tomorrow for us is Monday, so start back at work.
Yeah. What's your favorite Thanksgiving food, man? I got to know. What's your favorite one?
Okay, so my mom makes the bangingest dressing you've ever tasted. And my sister makes the bangingest sweet potato casserole, with marshmallows on top, and green bean casserole. And they also have that honey baked ham and stuff. And you just mix all that together. I could just eat that over and over and over.
Dude, yeah. The honey. But hey, have you ever had the I know we're going into a little Thanksgiving thing, post Thanksgiving meal thing, but the ham. Do you ever have the cherries with the pineapple on it, and then
no.
eat it like that? That's how I cook the ham every year, dude.
Okay, that sounds good. So it's got cherries and pineapple.
Yeah, so I actually did a fresh pineapple this year, and actually cut the first time I ever cut open a pineapple. Believe it or not, cut the pineapple open, sliced it up, put cherries all over it with toothpicks, and then stuck the pineapple slices onto the ham. And then what you do is all the juice and all kind of goes down the pan, and you just you get it with the sucker, I guess you can call it, and then just throw it all over it. So, yeah. So
do you buy an extra pineapple and put it outside your front door? Do you do that?
No, dude. I'm not the pineapple guy. Okay, I know where you're going with. You try to set me up on that.
Do you carry a pineapple around in your buggy?
I do have it on my car, though.
Oh, you have a pineapple on your car? Hey, I bet you get
it's upside down.
I bet you meet a lot of interesting people while you're driving around. Yeah. I bet it's on your cop car, too, isn't it?
Yeah, they don't say anything about that,
That's funny.
At all.
That's
but
funny. Anyways,
guys, welcome to episode 58. We've been off a couple of weeks. We're glad to be back. We're going to talk, if you don't know, we're going to talk about gaming news and deals, tech, new movies, all that kind of stuff. So y'all stick around and make sure you check us out. And we got a good one for y'all.
We do. You want to go into our first section here of Gaming Moment of the Week?
Well, let me do this.
Hello, welcome to GG.
Oh yeah, you got to roll that out.
Hope you enjoy the show. Now here are the hosts.
So as I just mentioned, we go over gaming news. This might be the first time, especially if you're watching on TikTok, watching our podcast. We are live on YouTube as well. You can click that little button in the bottom right, change over to horizontal if you want a little bit better picture. But guys, this is it. Hopefully we can kind of get this thing rolling. If there's a gaming moment of the week. Josh, tell them what they can do and tell them what it's all about.
Yeah, so this is our coveted gaming moment of the week that we do here on GGrated. Basically, we go over our favorite gaming moment from this past week. We tell you about it in story form. We even have some video sometimes that we show of our favorite gaming moment. We describe what was going on. What did it feel like? It was so fun, all of those things. And if you would like to share your gaming moment of the week, you can send that in here on TikTok, on YouTube, on email at ggratedchannel@gmail.com. Any way you want to get it to us, we will tell it on the show. But right now, we're going over our gaming moment of the week. Who's going first? Yeah,
man, I'll go first this time. I just gotta throw out there that the whole situation that we had with TikTok, I kind of just started streaming really a good bit on TikTok, and I told Josh about it earlier this week. I was like, man, you gotta try this out, man. You gotta open up. Y'all gotta open it up on GGrated. I got people on TikTok saying right now, like, oh, y'all done brought it over to TikTok right now. But it's been fun because there's so many people that come in this thing on the TikTok community, and we would decide to do some expedition trail riding. And dude, it's just so many
Expedition the game.
Yeah, the game Expedition, the trail ride, the Mud Runner game, and having you in there streaming on one side, having me streaming on the other, having people coming in wanting to play with us and then just watching us. We got the wheel out.
Some really nice people too. Some
nice people, awesome people,
nice
awesome
folks.
people. Gotta give a shout out to the OG person, Val, that's been coming in the chat every time. She's actually in here right now. But
cool.
But I'm just saying, like, to have that going on, we ended up, man, it was like hours and hours and hours streaming on TikTok together that night, wasn't it? I mean,
yeah, it was a long time. I know I was doing at least like 4 hours every night, and I did it like a few nights there. After you told me about it, then I was like, I gotta hop on there and do it on the GGrated channel too. So
yeah. So it was a super cool thing that they ended up doing that, and everybody was throwing gifts. Everybody was like, I'm trying to get up to 1,000 followers. So we ended up like getting a ton of followers. I hit my first goal, hit my second goal, and everybody was just having fun. So we're gonna have to try to keep doing that more and more. But that was definitely kind of my gaming moment, man, was playing the expedition game, riding with the wheel and the stick and all, maybe spending 2 hours trying to figure out the game. But, but once we got it figured out, it was just cool riding around with you. It kind of brought a sense of, even though we're kind of not together,
right,
you're far away from me, but when we do get together, we get to go trail riding and stuff. That's so fun, but it kind of gave a taste of that a little bit to me. And that was my game.
Dude, absolutely. That's awesome. I'm glad that you mentioned that, because that kind of goes right into my gaming moment, was included in, those few days that we had of playing just driving games together, right? So the expedition games was fun. I did enjoy that. It was awesome. It scratched a particular itch that I wanted to do, of like trail riding with my buddy. We've done that before in real life, and it was lots of fun. We got to bring Daniel in there and, just had a good time. But I would say the particular gaming moment that I really, really enjoyed and that sticks out to me is when we had a convoy, a crew on Forza Horizon 5. And we were doing these different races together. We were doing drag racing to end the night. And man, I gotta say, I've always wanted to do that. I've never quite done it like that on Forza. We had the wheels, we had the pedals, we were doing races together. We were banging doors, like rubbing as racing. It was just a really cool feeling of just hanging out with the bros. We were streaming, we were talking with the community. Like, I would say that's the most fun I've ever had playing Forza. And, I've played a lot of that on and off, but that particular gaming moment of just all of us racing together on Forza was really, really nice. And I needed it. It's what I needed for my vacation, man.
And I remember, Josh, that you didn't want to do Forza for a little bit there, and I don't know what, I think the vibe in the chat that just had it going was like, you know what, I'm going to download Forza and just do it. And it turned out to be a good move, because man, we had everybody, I was accepting like friend requests and invites, and everybody was jumping on, and we ended up getting a convoy with so many people, and it was just it was cool, man. What you're talking about in your gaming moment, it was just a cool feeling to get in the race with people followers of our community, TikTok community, was actually in the race with us and was getting these. And that one guy ended up making a custom track as well.
Yeah, he made a custom track for us, and there was one race that we all had the Warthog off of Halo, so we were all kind of rolling with that, hitting jumps together, and man, it was a vibe. Like, it was a legit vibe we had going on. So much fun.
Yeah. But that was our gaming moments of the week, guys. Make sure if you're listening in, if you're watching in right now, especially on TikTok or YouTube, that make sure you drop a comment down below. Make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you're sharing out this podcast and hitting these likes, and leave your gaming moments of the week for us, guys. So we will feature that on the show when we start getting this thing going, especially on TikTok and all. All right. So with that being said, do you want to go into the gaming news and deals?
Let's go. Gaming news and deals.
Josh, what you got, man?
So, for the gaming deals, I have a particular collection I've been looking at. Some games I've played, some games I haven't. I was actually, perusing across Steam. And by the way, if you haven't heard, this is our gaming deals section right here, where we're going to go over deals that, games that are on sale at a high percentage off that would be good for you to pick up. It might be games we played. It might be games that we want to play. But one of the first games I got to mention right here is 60% off. I played this with my boys and my wife and me all played. The name of the game is called Ultimate Chicken Horse. Strange name, but Ultimate Chicken Horse is a party platformer game where you build the level as you play, placing traps and hazards to screw your friends over, but trying not to screw yourself. It's a really cool game. It's basically a platformer, and every time you go through the round, like you're trying to hop over to the other side, Mario style, after each match, you get to place things on the map, and everybody's doing that at once. It might be things to help traverse the map, might be things to help kill other players so that they can't make it to the end. But it sounds like it would just be a jumbled up mess, but it ends up being really fun how people kind of build your own platformer with other players. And after we got into the groove of it and we were playing these different maps and stuff, it was so much fun, man. A great party game, a game that I downloaded specifically for the Steam Deck, had all the controllers hooked up, and started playing that. And it's a great one to pick up right now on sale for $5.99. So that's one.
I remember you mentioning this game not too long ago.
Yeah, I told you about it because I was looking for a party game, and that was one I tried out.
I was like, Josh in his indie games again, with Ultimate Chicken Horse. Like, what? That's what was the? I call this is stupid to say, the Choo Choo game. What is
Choo Choo Charlie, dude? Choo Choo Charlie is actually on sale as well, really? So that's a great one to pick up if you want to pick up Choo Choo Charlie. Choo Choo Charlie's great. But so another one that I'm seeing on the list here, I'm kind of going down the list on GG.deals, is Star Wars Jedi Survivor is 75% off. Right now, you can pick it up for $17.49 on Steam, usually $69.99. This sale ends in 2 days, so the podcast, if you're watching this now, not live, it usually comes out on Tuesdays. So it's going to end today. But for those that are live right now. So definitely watch us live if you want to get the latest deals. We try to have them come out to where you're not going to miss them if you listen to the recording. But Jedi Wars or Star Wars Jedi Survivor, which is the number 2 game in this iteration of Jedi Survivor, where you play as the Ginger Jedi, basically, and he's awesome though. He's really great, a great main character, a great story. I played the other one, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which was the first one, is actually also on sale right now for $3.99. So honestly, I would pick both of these up if you haven't played them and you want to play them. Plays great on Steam Deck too, by the way, which is where I primarily play these types of games at.
Oh yeah, if y'all don't know, definitely with the TikTok community that's just now seeing this, this is where the Steam Deck, Jedi Survivor, any games, whatever, but Steam Deck is all Josh. Like Josh loves the Steam Deck.
Love my Steam Deck. Great.
So definitely, you're going to start realizing that Josh is all about the Steam Deck and the games that he looks for. If you kind of scroll down on the Steam page and everything, a lot of times it will tell you on the Steam page and all if it's compatible with the Steam Deck over on this corner right here. So try to look for that, and it'll tell you if it's support. There it is right here. It says Steam Deck compatibility unsupported. A lot of times you got to kind of look at that though, because it might say unsupported, but it
still might work.
But it have something like the letters are too small to read. So if they're too small, or
you have to log into another launcher or something like that.
And so they say it's unsupported at this point, but you can still play it. But this is a good thing if you don't want to take that risk and you don't want to have to worry about all that. Then look at the Steam Deck compatibility on Steam if you're doing PC. So, and
I know Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order works great on Steam Deck. That's where I played it and beat it at. Not sure yet for Star Wars Jedi Survivor, but I'm assuming it's going to work just fine. But I'm going to pick this one up eventually. And so there's
the first or second one.
So Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is the first one. So that one is only $3.99. It's 90% off. So the one after that is $17.49. That's the newest one. That is called Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
That old one, I went a long ways on that game. It's such a good game too. So I've been wanting to play the new one. So for being that cheap, that's not bad.
And there's a few other here, that are always coming up on sale that we've mentioned plenty of times. But you have Halo: The Master Chief Collection is only $9.99, historic low. It is 75% off, usually $39.99. You have Half-Life Alyx. This is one I've been wanting to pick up. It is by most accounts called the best VR game ever made. Half-Life Alyx. And right now you can get it on sale, historic low, 67% off. It is only $19.79, usually a $59.99 game. It's one that I really want to pick up, and I don't know what I'm waiting on, man. I think I just got to get back in that VR mode. It comes up from time to time.
A little tidbit of news on this, by the way, just to kind of let you know, is they're supposed to be I think they're supposed to be doing something in the sense of making this where you don't have to have VR to play this game, if I remember correctly.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Really? So that's something that's supposed to be coming out here shortly. So if y'all, this game is supposed to be a really great game, especially on VR. But if you don't want to fork out the VR headset and everything, y'all stay tuned and we'll let y'all know as soon as we do. But they're supposed to be in development right now, trying to make this game into just for a console release.
Right. And there's actually another game that I bought just before the show that I've been wanting to try out that I heard works great on Steam Deck. It's Mad Max. This game came out. Yeah, this game came out. Let's see. It came out. Crap, I just had the tab open. Mad Max came out in 2015. It is very positive on Steam. You basically driving around the desert, blowing people up, doing different things. I haven't played it yet, but I've heard it's great. And right now it's on sale for $1.99, 90% off. So I could not wait to check it out. Yeah, so, I'm always looking for cheap Steam Deck games. This is one that came up. I bought it, and I'm going to play it, and I'm going to report back what it's like. And
look at that, Josh. It says Steam Deck compatibility verified. So here's an example of a game that is verified with the Steam Deck. And you can see how it has a check mark. So just kind of letting y'all know that is something to look for when you're buying these games as well. So especially with Christmas right around the corner. But that is a good game. I might have to snag that one up. If I'm being honest, I'm going to go ahead and add that to my wish list.
Well, dude, you already have it, brother, because we game share, man.
That's right, man. That's right. That's right. That's right.
There you go.
Well, man, that's some awesome deals. If y'all know any other deals that you think should made it onto the podcast, try to leave them down in the comment. Leave some comments down on TikTok as well. Let us know some game deals or some games that you want to see, and we can keep an eye out for the gaming deals for y'all guys. So I just want to throw out real quick, Josh, while we got in between the interval before I go into my gaming news, is everybody on TikTok, thank y'all for the likes. Thank y'all for the shares. We really appreciate it. Keep pushing out this podcast and keep sharing it. We appreciate the support. So for the gaming news, I got to talk about, I know I didn't talk about too much about it since we've been gone 2 weeks, but within the 2 weeks, they've had an update, Josh, on the PlayStation Portal.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. So the PlayStation Portal, it came out with an update. It used to just be a remote player. You had to rely on connecting to your PlayStation 5. So now you got it where they did an update and you can actually use the cloud services. So if you have, the greatest thing about that is if you have the cloud service and you're paying for like the premium edition for Sony, where you can download games and stuff, kind of like the Game Pass, situation they got going on at PlayStation, right? If you have that subscription, it'll allow you to use cloud on the PlayStation Portable, and it runs so much smoother, man, than the remote play. So,
oh, cool.
Yeah, it's so much, but and they're adding games constantly. So I looked at it, and I feel like they didn't have as many, but I played a little bit of Ghost of Tsushima, and it ran so smooth, so beautiful, no lag, no anything. But whenever you play a remote play, you kind of have that jagginess to the screen and stuff. So if you have a PlayStation Portable, make sure you get that update. Make sure you do that. Make sure you use it on the cloud, right? And look for the games that they're constantly adding in. Like I'm waiting for them to put like NCAA on there or something, or maybe Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. They have the first one, but they don't have Rebirth. And once they have those games on there, I think it'd be a little bit better. But right now they got Spider-Man. I ran Spider-Man. You can swing through the city. There's no stuttering on the cloud.
Wow.
So
this
is cool. All via the cloud. So that being said, make sure you do your update on your PlayStation Portable. They're adding games constantly. And the biggest news that came out this week about PlayStation is they are in development of a new PlayStation Vita portable console to compete against Nintendo's handheld.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So a lot of people were disappointed from the PlayStation Portable, right? Because it was a cloud or remote play device only, did not have really high-end hardware with it. But with the PlayStation Vita 2 is what they're going to say until, just like the Nintendo Switch 2 that has not came out yet or officially named. What they're going to do is actually compete with Nintendo. So that means actually good hardware put into it. And they are quoting the says what the rumors are, and these are rumors, guys, is PlayStation is saying that they want to, in order to compete with Nintendo, they want to be able to play all their PlayStation 5 games on that system.
Wow.
Which, you think about PlayStation 5 right now, that just shows, and that just says to me that this PlayStation 5 is already behind the curve on technology, right? Like,
maybe, or
PC.
Or they would have to downgrade and optimize their games for the handheld system.
Yeah.
They would have to figure something out there.
But this is years. This is years in the future. Here we're talking. So,
really?
You think 3 to 5 years from now, they come like Xbox is doing a handheld as well, right? That's well known. I think everybody knows that. They're coming out in the next 2 to 3 years with one. So if PlayStation is doing the same, right? You think about the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X right now, it's going to be what? How many years old?
Right.
From that point, 8 years old. So it's kind of like a PlayStation 4. Do we see them not being able to play a PlayStation 4 portably at this point? No, it should be easy, because look at Nintendo. All the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, all those kind of games or run on Nintendo, fine. It's the newer games that Nintendo's having an issue with.
Right. And it's crazy too that it took PlayStation this long to come out with a handheld, because people loved the PlayStation Vita. I think it still has a big modding community with that. I know I had the PSP and it was awesome, dude. Like there was so many fun games to play on there. The controls weren't that great because that freaking joystick, like I tried to go back and play it not too long ago because I still own it. It was bad. Like, and I can't believe I used to play games on that thing and it didn't have a problem with it. But going back now, it's like, ugh.
Hey,
So,
Josh, I
man,
beat Crisis Core on the PSP. That was the
did
only
you really?
system it was released for. Final Fantasy VII
Wow.
Crisis Core. Just throwing that out there.
There was a Metal Gear Solid game that I beat on that. I forget which one it's called, but it only came out on PSP, I believe, and I beat it on there. It was awesome. And I remember I was going to college, and that's what I would take to like play on my breaks and stuff. And I would play my PSP, man. And you know, I'm concerned with what route they're going to take when these things come back out. You know, because I think they've seen how Steam has knocked it out of the park with their Steam Deck. And it's so like user friendly when it comes to doing whatever you want on the system. They don't freaking care. They're like, here, it's going to be open for you to do whatever. And I'm just concerned about what kind of gatekeeping is PlayStation and Xbox going to do to where, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be as fun to mess around with. Like, I could be wrong, but I'm just concerned about what route they're going to take it as far as putting games on the thing and you have to play their games. Like, that's the kind of stuff that I'm over. Like, I don't want to do that anymore.
Well, that's the question I have is how do you think, PlayStation did this whole thing? Do you remember the SD card they had was just solely exclusive for the PlayStation Vita? I think that was the downfall of the PlayStation Vita. So you couldn't get a 32 gig game to download the games for it because the SD cards was so expensive. Kind of like the memory cards for the Xbox Series X when they came out. It was just astronomical, and it was the only ones that they can use. So I think that was the downfall. And then also the game, they finally went to cartridges, right? Which is great for the Vita. But I think the downfall is they try to make it just for their own thing for the PlayStation, and then that's what happens at the end is nobody wants to pay the extra money and just get that exclusivity on the PlayStation. You know, so I think that's going to change, hopefully, and hopefully everybody goes to cartridge or everybody goes to the same kind of media again, right? But everybody just has a handheld, and it's going to be interesting to see the hardware capabilities because guess what? Steam Deck is in the game now. The Legion Go is in the game now. All these handheld consoles are in the mix with Xbox and PlayStation and Nintendo, and honestly, man, the only thing that's kind of going is these IPs from Mario, Zelda, and all that stuff that you just cannot touch. And because Nintendo has been so strict about those things, I feel like it's what's holding Nintendo up on all this because I don't think they're really advancing on the cloud section. Right. On the online section, they're not as well. Right. And make it so difficult. And on the hardware section, they're not. But on the IP section, I'm talking about they are selling on the movie side, on the amusement park side. They are marketing the heck out of their IPs, and I feel like that is their saving grace right now. And will they continue the Nintendo console power, to the next one? I don't know.
Right. And it's always like, what kind of weird thing are they going to do next? Because they always come out with something weird, like. The Switch, there wasn't really anything like it, man. Like, I got to give Nintendo their due. When they came out with the Switch, it just rocked the market, because there was nothing like it, and it has stood the test of time. I mean, people are still buying them. Speak real softly, but I just bought one for my son. So he's getting to that age to where he can get one and have his own system. So it's really, really cool, man.
Really fun though too.
I gotta give them props of, when it comes to the handheld market, they kind of set the tone for how successful it could be, and I think we owe Steam Deck, a lot to them. Yeah, honestly, because
they're like the Nintendo of the handheld market right now.
Dude, Steam Deck is by far my favorite system. I love it. And, I got to give credit where credit is due to Switch because they kind of set
led
the scene
way.
For that to come out. Exactly, led the way. That's what I was looking for.
Just like the regular Nintendo. I mean, you think about it.
What am I? I mean, they kind of set the foundation for a lot of stuff.
Nintendo sets the foundation, and then after they set the foundation, it's everybody else follows suits. And it's like now Xbox and PlayStation, all I mean, look at the Nintendo DS, the Nintendo Game Boy, the Game Boy Advance, the Game Boy Color. It's all Nintendo, so we can't really say the Steam Deck is like doing it. But I feel like Steam Deck is the competition that was needed to keep this thing going and to keep and have Nintendo go with another handheld that's more powerful. Because I feel like Nintendo would have ran this Nintendo to the ground for like 20 years before making another system because it keeps selling. People keep buying it.
So check this out. I just looked this up. So by the end of 2022, Nintendo Switch became the third best selling video game console of all time, passing the lifetime sales totals of PS4 and Game Boy. So in total sales as of September 2024 now sits at 146.04 million sold.
Yeah, it's the most sold console in history now, right?
Crazy. It's got to be now. I mean,
you know what the top one was before it passed it? PlayStation 2.
Nintendo DS. Oh, okay.
No, it was a DS. It was a PlayStation 2, then the DS. It was the DS.
That's crazy, man. So, I mean, come on. Like, I'm excited to see what they're going to come up with next.
Oh, like, absolutely.
That's what I'm excited about, too. So.
Absolutely. Well, guys, that would be our gaming news and deals. I know we kind of touched a little bit more on the gaming news side, but if you got anything that we missed, make sure you leave them down in the comments. Do you want to go over to our main topic, man?
Let's do it. Main topic. So this is the main topic.
Josh has a great main topic for us, man.
So this is something I haven't ever told anybody. It's going to be the main topic. I have 3 nipples. Okay, I was born this way. I was born with 3 nipples, and I think we need to talk about it. We need to talk about it. Just kidding. I don't have 3 nipples. I have 6, like a dog. No, I don't know. Yeah, I don't have a main topic either. We didn't. Guys, I do want to talk about this real quick. We don't have the main topic for this week, but I do want to talk about. I did go to the movies with the kids twice this week. I went with my daughter. Tell me about that.
And saw Wicked, the new movie Wicked, and then we just got done seeing today Moana 2. And I'm not going to try to spoil this for you guys, but Wicked, I actually really enjoyed Wicked a lot, obviously probably a little bit more, but Wicked was the story was very well. I mean, it's based off The Wizard of Oz, so it ain't like they turn things around too much and change a lot of things, but they give a lot of backstory, and the story is really good on that movie. Okay, and I know it's kind of a singing thing and all that stuff, but dude, and speaking of the singing, they are phenomenal. The singing is phenomenal in this movie, in the acting and all this stuff. Ariana Grande is actually the actor for the It's not the Wicked Witch of the West, but the other one.
She's the other one. She's the good one.
The good one.
Yeah.
She actually, man, she does amazing on it. But the main actor that does so good is the Wicked Witch of the West. Is what they portray her as. But the way she sung, the way she acted and everything was phenomenal. So if you're looking to see Wicked, I would say go see that movie. Now, I'm going to give one spoiler. And I want you, when you do see this movie, I want you to be able to notice this. Okay, so me and my daughter are sitting in there and we're watching the movie. It's great, and they're running from, let's just say, police. Okay, they're running from some people, from security. So they put a cart in front of the door, and the good witch and the bad witch are talking and blah 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 and this and that. I'm not going to go into it all, but it went on for like 10 minutes, dude. All of a sudden my daughter turns to me and she's like, you would think they would have got in this door with this cart yet. They was ramming the door with a big like log trying to get in the door. And it was like 20 minutes. And I was like, that's the strongest cart I've ever seen in my life, And right at the perfect time, they bust in the door, So that was the only thing that kind of got me and her out of the watching. But we sat there silent watching it the whole time. And it was a great movie. Moana 2 is Moana 2, man. I mean, everybody everybody knows I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to do it, but it was a great movie. It was a good movie.
Was it as good as the first one?
See, that's the main question everybody asks, and I just don't think. I don't think. See, my wife, my daughter, and my son all said it's not as good as the first.
Okay.
But what is
I love
better
the first
than
one.
the first?
I could watch it. Well, I mean, there are some. I would say Terminator 2. Terminator 2 is better than the first. You know, there's others. I'm sure
it's not. And I still have questions. Let me put it that way with Moana 2. I still have questions.
Okay. Because I know Moana 1, I could watch that at any time. I love that.
Son, my daughter, they watch that constantly, man. The thing we're excited about, though, guys, is Sonic, especially me and my daughter. My son's really excited as well. But Sonic 3, Sonic in Shadow. Oh, man, that's going. We keep seeing the previews for it. It looks amazing.
We need to meet up and watch it together.
Absolutely. So awesome. That's 100% we need to.
It comes out on like my birthday, I think, like the 20th, right? Or does it come out after that? When does it come out? I thought it comes out the 20th.
I'll be in town on the 20th.
Really? So it comes out, December 20th, 2024.
That Friday?
I mean, come on.
Is that a Friday or Saturday? That's a Friday, right?
Is it a Friday?
Because I come in that morning, the weekend of the 20th.
It's on a Friday. Yep, it's on a Friday.
So I'll be in Saturday morning because I'm working for a buddy. He has a wedding, so I told him I will work for him to help him out. But
I might have a newborn baby by then, so
that's true.
It's a little iffy on.
That's close.
Maybe the wife will let me take the kids out to go watch it.
No. What you do is you have to take her just in case. Like, hey, I'm not leaving unless you leave. Like, take her with you.
Well,
you know?
She's gonna have a newborn, so I don't think she's going anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
She's gonna be in the bedroom milking herself for the baby. Like she's gonna live that for a little while.
Milking herself, like she's gonna kill you for that.
She probably hears me right now. I don't know if she does or not. Do you, honey? Nope, she doesn't hear me. I don't know where she is.
No, because that's the silent treatment is what she's giving you.
Treatment. Yep. So
guys,
I said that.
After you thought about it, you're like, oh my god,
that's here forever. Good time to end it.
Guys, thank you for stopping in. GGrated Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode for the first time, especially on the TikTok side, make sure you hit those likes. Just make sure you subscribe on the YouTube side. Make sure you hit that follow. Make sure you share it out. You join us in. We'll be here every Sunday night. It will drop on YouTube every Tuesday morning.
Yes.
Hope
have
you
a glass
it.
of milk on us. Drink you a glass of milk. Have you a good night. Hope you have a Merry Christmas. It's coming up. It's the Christmas season.
It is.
It's literally December 1st right now.
I see you on there, Shell. What do you want for Christmas? Tell everybody what you want.
Tell everybody what you want for Christmas, he said.
Talk loud in the mic and tell everybody what you want.
I want a new motorcycle.
I like it. Go big or go home, Shep. Go big or go home.
He's going for it.
Guys, y'all have a good night. Thanks for stopping in.
Later, everybody. Merry Christmas.